All right, it's June 8th, and you'll listen to Headliners, a weekly entertainment news podcast from Six Pack Cinema. This week, we're talking about RIPs, potential Willy Wonkas, and a shit ton of trailers that flooded the internet this past few days. Per usual, we've got Jimmy, Dave, and myself Skyping in from around the country. Let's get into it. Intro music. Cool.
Yay.
All right. This week in the box office, June 1st to 3rd, Solo hung on with 29.4 million, which is sincerely disappointing. Not a bad number, but disappointing for how much money they put into it. Deadpool 2 was right on its heels with 23.1. Adrift debuted at 11.6, which is a decent showing considering what was out there. Avengers Infinity War still hanging on 10.5. That's going to be around for another few weeks, I think. And Book Club, 7 million. Old people, they got to have their movies too. Right? Right.
Avengers sucks. 4th place. Bunch of
you didn't see it. You need to watch 19 movies and then watch this one.
No.
Yeah. And it's a month into it, and it's
I'm not reviewing the movie. I'm just saying they're in 4th place. They suck.
I do gotta say, shout out to us for knowing that Book Club was gonna be good for that demographic.
I mean,
it's not hard, man.
I know
it's not our demographic.
We all saw it and we're like, there is an audience. It's just not us.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, and they came in 5th. Good for them.
And that audience does not fuck around with Avengers or Deadpool.
Yes, this was the perfect time to release that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom liked Deadpool. She did. And she's in that demographic, so.
What about your mom's mom?
She doesn't watch movies anymore, man. She watches Harvey and with the
Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams, that kind of shit. The doctors.
Yeah, Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz. Yep.
Good for her.
All right. Headlines. We jump right into it. First of all, rest in peace to Hank, the security guard from The Office. 75 years old. Way older than I thought.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you think he was in his 70s or 60s at the time of the filming?
I would have.
Yeah.
I guess, like, I never thought of it, but looking back now, I would have said, like, late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah,
I mean, for sure. He was an old man.
He wasn't old, man. He was a young, spry gentleman.
But I think late 50s, early 60s isn't old man anymore.
Yeah, no. I guess I forget how long ago The Office was on. It's like coming on 10 years ago, right?
Yep. It's good timing. I'm rewatching The Office right now, and I was just watching the scene where Hank becomes like second in charge of security, and then Rainn Wilson tweets out that very scene and says he just died, R.I.P. And I'm like, oh shit,
sadness.
Watching that scene.
Yep. He died 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean he's not famous. No one knows him.
But like his family didn't tell anybody.
Well, why would they reach out?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Because he is a significant portion of America's favorite TV show, Jimmy.
I wouldn't say he's a significant portion.
About?
He is. I mean, he wasn't the main character by any means, but everyone who is a recurring character in that show, David Wallace. David Wallace is David Wallace because he's David Wallace.
May he rest in peace. He was not a top 20 character in The Office.
No, but he was always there. He was reliable.
I wouldn't even say he was a secondary character. He was like a tertiary character.
Oh, bullshit. He was at least secondary.
You're getting confused because I kept seeing people like Star from The Office die. What the fuck are you talking about?
I wouldn't call him Star from The Office. I'd say he was a part of a great show. He was a good part of it.
He was in like less than 10 episodes.
No, he was in 22.
Oh. Still though, that's less than a full season.
All right.
Sometimes he was just standing in the background.
Yeah, that's all he needed to be. His real name was Hugh Dane. Let's give him respect. Hugh Dane, R.I.P.
Yeah, he did a good job.
R.I.P. in peace.
R.I.P. I'm rewatching The Office. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Just as funny as I remember it.
All right. Next up, Kate Spade died this week. Not our typical coverage. She's not really a movie celebrity. She's not TV. She was just a celebrity in general. Suicide is always on my radar. I don't know why. Just who I am. I found it not funny, but humorous how the news immediately reported that she hung herself with a red scarf. And I thought, was it hers? Was that dark?
Did she design it?
Exactly. I was wondering if it was hers, like her latest line.
You could have told me Kate Spade died in 1940, and I would have been like, of course she did. You could, I mean, that's not a knock on Kate Spade. That's just my knowledge of designers and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you're right.
You could tell me Versace's still alive, and I watched the TV show about him getting killed. Otherwise, I would have been like, oh, cool, Versace's still alive. Like, I just do not know this realm of the world. And then David Spade posted a picture of like her coming to his signing. I was like, oh, that's cool. They were friends. And then I was like, oh, wait,
Spade.
last name. They're sisters.
No,
brother and sister. But then you said she was his sister-in-law.
Wait, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know. I thought they were actual brother and sister.
Nope, no, she married his brother.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
I mean, it sucks that she killed herself,
Yeah,
and it sucks that depression's out there, but
And
anyone
to,
out there listening who's dealing with anything, reach out to people.
Of course, we all know that for sure. But I do want to say it's all sunshine and roses when someone dies. But she gave out one of the weirdest quotes ever, and that was saying that when she was already wildly successful and she was a billionaire, she just sold the company, and she said to anyone starting a new business, look around, and if someone's already doing it, don't do it. Do something different. I'm like, bitch, you made pocketbooks. Do you know how many pocketbooks were around when you started your company in 1994? That was terrible advice.
She made them well. She made them better than everyone else.
I mean, but she made pocketbooks, man, and there was a billion pocketbooks out there. So, yeah, if you want to do it better. But like, say that, not say, look, if someone's already doing it, don't do it. That was kind of shitty.
All our West Coast listeners are just laughing their ass off at you. Pocketbooks.
Purses, sorry.
Pocketbooks.
Handbags, purses. What do you want to call them? Satchels.
Next, you're going to call them sneakers.
They are sneakers.
Yeah, I wear sneakers.
I agree. We're all from the East Coast.
All right. On that one, let's go into our little round robin of things worth mentioning, but not worth discussing.
All right.
I like when you put it that way.
Okay. There you go.
The first one, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise officially signed on, and filming started this week of the Top Gun sequel. So Top Gun 2 is coming, guys.
I've never seen Top Gun.
You should.
I don't think it'll hold up. It's one of those movies that you saw when you were younger and you loved it.
To me,
you grew up with it.
To me, it's like Sixth Sense. It's like I'm never going to see Sixth Sense ever either because it got ruined for me right away. And then everyone talked about it so much that I was like, I know too much about this movie without even watching it. I don't feel the urge to see it. That's what Top Gun and Sixth Sense fall into.
Okay. Keep going. We have 45 trailers to get through. Let's go. Come on.
True. All right. Let's go.
No shit of the week goes to Tom Arnold, still alive. And he says, we have a racist president. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for chiming in. Tom chimes in again to say, hey, wait, did you delete this line?
No, I'm supposed to say that later, but...
Oh, okay.
This is going great, guys. All right. In the past month, Benedict Cumberbatch has demanded equal pay for female co-stars, has gone vegan, and saved the cyclists from muggers. Benedict is turning into such a fucking tryhard.
Boo, Benedict.
Boo. Although, good job saving someone's life, but boo.
Yeah.
So Tom Arnold's still alive, guys. He spoke twice in 1 week. He came out and said Roseanne was actually trying to get the show canceled. She didn't want to be on air. Yeah, apparently people don't like having a job.
I believe her, and I believe everything Tom Arnold says because of one role he played in a movie no one ever saw that starred a guy who went on to be a drug killer. There you go. All right, next.
Wow.
That guy from Sons of Anarchy, Half-Sack?
Yeah.
He went on to like take meth and then kill his like landlady and then kill himself.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Well, he was in a movie called Palo Alto with Corey from Boy Meets World, and Tom Arnold was in it. And I love that movie. And Tom Arnold plays a nice guy in it, so I'm sure he's a nice guy and real trustworthy. Moving on, delusional man Woody Allen says he's a victim and should be the poster boy for Me Too movement.
Disagree.
Can we talk about this a little bit?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
This one was worth talking about, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so for those not in the know at all, Woody Allen, he dated a lady or married to a woman who had an adopted daughter before he came in, and then once she became a teenager, he like fell in love with her. That's creepy for sure. He divorced the mom, married the adopted daughter. They have been married.
He never adopted. It was never his daughter.
Never his daughter, but they have been married for like 40 years now,
Yeah.
and like have a family together. Which, hey, some people were like, "Well, that doesn't make it less creepy." It does. It does help the situation. Like,
It does, absolutely.
it absolutely helps the situation. Okay, maybe he was in love with her. As weird as the fucking shit, like love was weird spot. I don't want to fully defend Woody Allen, but I read this article, and he's like, I make a movie every single year. Woody Allen has made a movie a year since 1960, basically. Like 50 years of every year he makes a movie. He always gets stars to be in his movie. Like A-list stars to be in his movie. And we've never heard a peep from one of these actresses. The only one filing abuse against him is a stepdaughter after a separation, or is it a daughter after a marriage separation?
Yeah.
Which she's also come out, but all his kids who testified against him in the original trial have come out saying they were coached and like they were just kids, so they were doing what their mom said to do.
Because it was a custody battle. And so Woody Allen's saying, like, no one's been in Hollywood longer than me, worked with more actresses and actors than me, and I've never had one person complain. So, but he's put into the same category as Weinstein and all these other people, and he's like, that's bullshit. And Woody, you're creepy as fuck. Like,
But that is bullshit.
You're super creepy, and you should have a stigma of a creepy man, but you shouldn't have a stigma of like you shouldn't be a Weinstein-esque.
Yeah.
Sexual predator.
There should be levels of these things, like murderer and carjacker, both bad, very different.
Yeah.
Well,
There
Matt
should be,
Damon
like,
tried to say that, and he got torn apart in the press.
well, because he didn't say it correctly. I said it in like 6 words and I nailed it. He stammered and stammered for 10 minutes and looked like an asshole. So.
But I thought it was an interesting article because I do like Woody Allen movies. I haven't seen all of them because that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But I do like it. If it comes out, I'm like, okay, I've seen the latest. And it's an interesting situation. The fact that he's still married to that.
It changes it for sure. Yeah.
But the fact that he was a father figure at one point is so weird.
Yeah, but it's just back to the point at hand. He is delusional because, dear Woody, don't fucking speak, man. You have people who hate you and think that you fuck your daughter, and however it may not be true, it's still what they think. And you saying that you should be the poster child for a Me Too movement, that you're not female, you were never sexually pressured into doing anything. It's just wrong. But he is saying that if he's saying you should be the poster child for the Me Too movement.
He's saying poster child as like the type of director actresses should want to work with because he's never done anything.
Yeah.
Is that what he's saying?
That's what he means.
He's not
I
saying
thought he was like a victim of being like persecuted for the shit.
No.
He's not saying he was a victim. He's saying I'm a nice guy.
I thought he was saying like he was a victim of being wrongfully accused.
No.
Like kinda, but his more biggest point was I've worked with so many people and no one's ever complained. I should be what they want Hollywood directors to be. And
okay, so maybe the headline didn't bring.
Yes.
Oh yeah, well the headline, the fuckers, yeah, of course.
It's clickbait.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we talked about it then.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting when I read it. Creepy dude, not a sexual predator. I think that's what he's asking. He's like, I'm okay if you think I'm creepy. I'm a self-loathing, anxiety-ridden Jew, but just don't make me out to be a monster that Harvey Weinstein was.
All right, I think we could all agree with that.
Yeah.
We'll give him a chance. Maybe not be put on a poster or anything, but we'll say he's not a bad dude.
Yeah, that we know of. Yeah.
That we know of course.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we have our first ever listener suggestion. Shout out at James from Red Ledger. Donald Glover and Ryan Gosling get shortlisted to star in the Willy Wonka film, which I find weird that they're doing so soon after Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka.
Soon? Has it been like 10 years?
Yeah, that's soon for me. Because Willy Wonka is like an iconic movie. It was in the 70s with Gene Wilder, which is the best. And then I would say it kind of flopped with Johnny Depp. But
yeah.
The point I want to talk about, I want you guys to really get into, is Donald Glover versus Ryan Gosling. They're both A-list actors. They're both very, very lovable, but they bring a completely different skill set to each.
So my like gut reaction to seeing this is they would both be fantastic as Willy Wonka. They would be completely different characters, but it makes me nervous for the movie. If they're both in the final running, it means they don't have like a set idea of what they want their movie to be, because
They
you either
don't
pick
yet.
one or the other. They're like wildly different.
Well, they don't yet, and it's not. It's going to be the first in a franchise of Willy Wonka movies, and the first one is going to be Willy Wonka's history and background. It's not going to be the Charlie story in the first movie.
It's going to be based on the books, right?
Well, I don't know, because the book is the Johnny
Charlie.
Depp version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never read them. I just assumed if they were doing a franchise, it was based on the books.
I used to crush Roald Dahl when I was in like 3rd grade. Loved all his books. They'd both be good. Donald Glover would be kind of a lovable crazy, because he'd be like that, like anxious ridden, kind of nervous crazy. Like,
Yeah. I think his crazy would be similar to like Gene Wilder's. Not the same, but the same type of energy.
ooh,
Okay.
I'm thinking Gosling would be a little closer to Wilder, because
I would agree with that.
He would be more like his Drive version, where he can do so much acting without talking, and he could put a creepy factor to that, and it would be so like quietly maniacal. I think Gosling could do.
Yeah.
See, Ryan Gosling for me is he could play the haunted past Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
The guy with baggage behind him, a lot of years and a lot of ways to get where he is today.
Yeah.
But Donald Glover seems like the sad clown almost. Donald Glover's Willy Wonka. I picture him being Jim Carrey behind the scenes. Guy who's like looking out, going and forward, but he's sad on the inside.
Yeah. I guess I just see Donald Glover doing more of like the wacky stunt. Like his character would be more like the wacky stunts that Gene Wilder did.
Yeah.
And
Willy Wonka is two-faced. He is he's a showman. He's a great wildman, but he's also got the darker side, the people that don't see, because he is, people only see him as the chocolate guy, and he's only taken advantage of. He's been burned before.
Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka is so amazing.
So good.
Gene Wilder itself. I don't think Gene Wilder ever did a bad role.
I mean,
think
such a great performance in such a kind of blockbuster movie. Like, I don't think it's been matched since Heath Ledger and the Joker. Like, I think those two stand out, where like he could have done an actor could have done a shitty thing for that Willy Wonka movie, could have done a shitty, like, not like, B performance, and it still would have been Willy Wonka. Would have been like, okay, cool, good movie.
Johnny Depp. Exactly what you said. Johnny Depp is that.
Yeah, Johnny Depp was that. That movie fucking sucks. There's some kids that never, like, when did that movie come out? Like 2010 or something like that? 5. So there's some kids that were born in 1998. They were 7 years old, and they never seen the original, and they just saw the Johnny Depp, and that's a sad situation.
See, that just made me sad. Yeah, that's depressing.
This has been a really Debbie Downer episode with all these deaths, and now Johnny Depp.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I don't know who I want of those two. My gut says Donald Glover if you're going to have a franchise out of this, I'm going to recant that immediately, because Willy Wonka is an older man. So having Ryan Gosling be the aging guy looking to pass off his successful candy shop.
I guess it depends on how long the franchise is going to be. If it's going to be like 5 movies, it's going to be like 15 years to make them all.
I don't think you can pull off 5 movies with this.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just guessed a random number.
I think I would like Gosling, because I think I love Donald Driver.
Yes.
Donald Glover. I think I'd rather Gosling, because I think I can picture Glover's in my head, and I'm really curious into how Gosling would tackle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Undecided, but it'd be interesting either way.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Really quick, I stayed home yesterday and I binge watched the entire 2nd season of Atlanta. Woo, it's good stuff.
I'm only at the The episode where he goes to pick up the piano. That was the latest one I saw.
Oh, that was Donald Glover, right? As the white
Yes,
guy?
yeah. I didn't until like 2 days later when I read a thing on it.
I didn't realize it until like 3/4 of the way through. I was like, holy shit, like that bone structure in the cheek. That's pretty wide. Maybe that's just that. Maybe that's just Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, did you
man.
see? Did you see? Laketh, the actor, said he didn't even like. Nobody told him it was going to be Donald Glover, and he didn't find out till like after they shot and he started taking makeup off.
No shit.
And he just thought it was
That's
some
cool.
creepy actor.
That's cool.
That's
All right.
crazy.
Well, if you didn't see it, go watch Atlanta. It's a great show.
It is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I powered through it both seasons in under a week.
Oh, is the second season done or is it still going?
It's done.
Okay.
Only 11 episodes, which I find is a weird number to have.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into trailers. All right, we're about close to 20 minutes into this. We got to power through these guys because this week has been flooded with trailers, all kinds of trailers everywhere. We're going to talk about 3 main ones, and we're going to touch upon the rest. Dave, you want to go with A Star is Born?
Yeah, so this trailer dropped yesterday, or Wednesday for those of you listening on Friday when this comes out. It's starring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and it's Lady Gaga's first feature film, and she only agreed to do this movie. A little bit about the movie is Cooper is playing an aging country rock type star, and Lady Gaga is a young singer who he sees perform and decides to take under his wing, and they fall in love, I assume. She only agreed to do this movie if Cooper would like work with her because she never really acted. And also that she said when people lip sing in movies, it's very obvious and it's shit. So she made him promise that he and her would actually sing and write every song. So he took a 1.5 years off from doing other movies to learn how to sing for this movie.
This movie looks awesome. Dave Chappelle, Lady Gaga,
Yes.
Bradley Cooper. What's the old guy from Big Lebowski? Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, I mean it's a wild ensemble, but Dave Chappelle in a serious like supportive role that seems cool. I love not mute like what would you call this kind of movie that's about singers like a country strong, crazy heart,
Kind of like a biopic, but not really because it's not based on a real person.
Yeah, it's weird because we usually like movies about musicians are usually biopics. I guess that's just the broad term. Movies about musicians, I like those.
Yes.
Bradley Cooper looks awesome singing. When Reese Witherspoon had to learn and Joaquin Phoenix had to learn how to sing for Walk the Line, they both got nominated for Best Supporting Actress. So it's cool. They probably worked with T-Bone Bennett. He's like the dude that teaches all actors how to sing. Lady Gaga looks human and real, which is awesome.
I think she looks prettier than she ever has before.
Well, yeah, I mean,
First
she's
time
said
I've-
that in interviews too. She says like when she dresses up like that, it's a performance. She's not trying to look good. It's
No,
when you're a
she
new
was
pop
making it-
star. When you're a new pop star, you dress weird because there's a million pretty new pop stars. There's only one weird looking meat dress lady.
Yeah.
For sure. But I mean, she like looks human and normal and pretty in this movie, and I've never said those words about Lady Gaga before, and I kind of was excited to because she has a great voice, and I want her to sing normal.
Yes.
I really want to see.
Very good. She's very good.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think I'm more excited for the album for this movie than the actual movie. I think the movie's going to be fantastic, but her and Bradley Cooper singing a bunch of songs.
Yeah, could be good.
Yeah.
Could be.
Bradley Cooper's directing it.
Is this his directorial debut?
I will check and give you an answer.
My gut says no, but I have no basis for that.
Yes,
I'm going to
it
go
is.
yes. Oh,
It
all right.
is.
All right. Well,
And
Well,
first
again.
time he's going to get a writing credit on the screenplay.
now you said this is the third time the story has been told. Dave?
Yeah, it's
It's
a
actually the
remake.
fourth.
Oh, it's the fourth?
Yeah, there was one in the 30s and a remake in the 50s, and the
Oh.
Barbara Streisand did it in the 70s. So it's like
Wait,
Maybe
why?
I-
What is this
maybe-
story? Sorry.
it's a remake.
Yeah. It's A Star is Born. It's been a movie.
Oh, I never
Maybe
knew.
Don't say A Star is Born like we fucking know, man.
No, that's what I meant. Like, that's the name of the story.
No, I know that, but like,
Oh, yeah, okay. So it's
Yeah.
based on the 1937 story by William A. Wellman. And then in 1937, they turned it into a screenplay. And now they're doing it again.
Okay. Maybe I had read it was the third remake. which would mean the original movie.
Exactly. I can see that happening. Sure.
It's from the guy who wrote Forrest Gump.
Must be good.
And The Good Shepherd and Munich and Ali and The Postman.
Yeah, this is coming out Thanksgiving or when's it coming out?
I have no idea. I think it just said fall.
Okay,
For
so
2018. I don't think it had a date.
I think this is going to be definitely in the running. This might be the first look at our award season heavy hitters.
Yeah,
it's at least for best, maybe not best picture, but actor and actress. Yeah, I think this might be Gaga's first nomination.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I'm excited for us.
All right.
Same.
All right, cool. I wanted to talk about The Old Man and the Gun. This one, it's a nice old gentleman who is Robert Redford, which in my heart is one of the greatest of all time. He's up there with Paul Newman.
Didn't know he was still alive. Very excited about it.
Yeah, he's amazing, right? So seeing him, and also this is apparently going to be his last movie.
Yeah.
This is his retirement movie. So, I mean, gotta see it.
The trailer has that like feel to it too. The whole time
I believe the trailer is using the same font from the Sting.
Oh, maybe. I didn't catch that.
Which might be a casual throwback to him. I could be wrong, but the font is definitely 70-esque. So I think it's a throwback. Or it could be just the fact that there's a nice, gentlemanly old man who is telling this nice old lady he meets and trying to swoon into telling him what he does, and he actually is a bank robber, and he is. The general consensus from everyone he robs is that how it was just a delight meeting him.
I feel like this is going to be a cozy movie.
Oh, it's going to be cozy as hell. Robert Redford is. I mean,
he's just delightful to watch.
We could run. I could spend the next 10 minutes reading names of his movies, and you'd be like, "Yeah, oh, that was good. Oh, that was really good too." The Spy Game, Horse Whisperer, Walk to Remember, The Sting, The Way We Were. I mean, it's Butch Cassidy. Jesus, he's a wrecking crew of just amazing movies in his catalog.
This one's a true story too. Which is cool.
Yeah, well, it's true-ish. Well, we'll give it a true story.
Why? I think it's a true story.
Well, they said it was based on a true story, and so obviously the old man part of it is, but I think the fact that they use the strategy of him talking to this old lady as a tool to tell the story, which I guarantee that conversation never happened.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a real guy who escaped prison and robbed banks
multiple times. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I feel like this could be like a sequel to one of his movies, or maybe 3 of his movies, because he's always a guy in jail.
His face is so like it looks like an old baseball glove.
That's amazing. I wish he was my grandpa.
But the rest of the rest of the cast is pretty good. Elizabeth Moss, I know she's a Scientologist, but she's a good actress. Yeah. Casey Affleck, I know he's a creep, but he's a fucking awesome actor. I like him.
Yes.
And Danny Glover, Donald's grandpa.
No.
Yeah, no relation. But.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you're
okay. I thought you actually, I don't think that's right.
Okay.
That movie looks good.
Yeah. All right. You want to talk about White Boy Rick?
Yeah, White Boy Rick. Matthew McConaughey in Detroit playing a white trash dad. This is a true story. And the true story is fascinating. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the true story and not the movie, because the movie is about this true story.
All right, go ahead.
Detroit in the 80s or 70s, whatever, there's this White Boy Rick is the kid's nickname. His dad sells drugs. His dad sells guns, so he knows all of the gang people in Detroit in this neighborhood, and the FBI want to use him as an informant, but none of the gang people talk to him because he's an old white dude. But he has a 14-year-old son whose nickname becomes White Boy Rick. So the FBI has the dad as an informant because you can't have a kid as an informant. So this 14-year-old kid became an informant. At 14, he was just hanging out with all the black gangs in Detroit selling cocaine for them because the FBI wanted him to rat out dirty cops. And there was all these dirty cops. He gets shot. He didn't die because they thought he was a snitch. At 16, he gets shot. He's been in jail since like 17 for getting arrested with coke in his pocket. He's 50 years old. He's still in jail. And he's like the longest someone's ever been in jail for a nonviolent crime because he ratted out so many government officials that they're like, no, dude, fuck you. Because he took down like the cops, the police, and it's this 14-year-old white boy gangster. True story. So Matthew McConaughey is playing the dad. True story. Yeah, so you can watch all the documentaries and like the news footage from the 80s when it happened. Matthew McConaughey looks grimy as fuck. He's playing the dad. I don't know who's playing the kid. It looks like a new Richie Merritt is the name of the actor.
I heard of him.
And this is his first credit. So,
I'm excited for when that happens. We got a guy with his first credit.
Yeah.
It's nice. Like seeing young people come into the game.
But go click around some news sources about White Boy Rick and documentaries and stuff. It's like a fascinating story, so I want to see this movie, how they do it.
No, it sounds good. I mean, I haven't seen the trailer yet. You brought it up beforehand. Just another one of these trailers that happened to come out this week that we didn't hear about. So,
yeah,
it sounds great. McConaughey is always going to be a good take.
Yeah.
Well, his last few movies actually haven't been great, but they all look good on paper, I think.
Yes.
So I don't blame him.
Right,
I was kind of hoping. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I was really hoping you were going to say he was playing White Boy Rick. That would have been hilarious.
I thought he was, yeah. No. And he was just like the guy telling him from the jail. Yeah.
No. Did anyone watch Gold?
I did not watch that yet.
No.
I did want to see that one, though. It looked pretty good.
The trailer looked good. I just heard bad things.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I didn't hear bad things. I just didn't hear things. So I figured like it wasn't getting praise at all. But it looked good.
All right.
Pre-State of Jones was sad as shit.
All right. Should we do you
we're going to run down just a quick thing. Trailers that came out this week. Couple sentences on each. Let's try to keep it short. Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. This is going to be the first of several animated Spider-Man movies, and it's going to explore like the deeper parts of Spider-Man in the comics. I mean, yeah, no shit, Jimmy. I'm shocked.
I know.
It doesn't look terrible. I'm skeptical because I'm not a huge fan of the whole like deep dives into the comic book shit, but having Spider-Man mentor another kid who got spit, and there's basically having like 6 or 7 Spider-Mans in the same world. I mean,
it'll be interesting, I think.
I get movie pass. I can go watch this movie.
The first time Miles Morales is getting a movie. I gotta ask you though. Do you think they got Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield to cameo?
No chance.
Really? Because apparently, like in the last Spider-Verse comic book like event, they like mentioned those characters like by name.
Well, if they do, I'll tell you this: if Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield show up in this movie, that'd be very dumb for them because then that'd be reminding us of how they failed the franchise and it was bought out by Marvel for being unprofitable.
Well, Tobey Maguire was good.
No, talking about Spider-Man 3. Yeah, so he fucked up horribly on that one.
Spider-Man 2 is still the best comic book movie.
We're not going to talk about it. Fine.
All right.
So, next up, Bumblebee. Jimmy, you really were interested in this one.
Yeah, and then I saw what it was. I thought it was like a Herbie Fully Loaded type movie.
You were more excited for that.
And then the car turned into the
Autobot.
Transformer, is that what it is?
Autobot, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, never mind. I'm out. Haley Steinfeld looks younger than I remember, and she kind of looked pretty, though. She's pretty, so.
Yeah.
That's what I got from the first 10 seconds of the thing.
Is this a prequel to Transformers?
Yeah, it's set in the 80s.
All right, cool. I mean, a lot of people pointed out how the trailer made it look like this was going to be like a Shape of Water.
Yeah. That last scene looks like she's going to
so weird. She's going to make out and kiss a robot. That's just weird. I think they went too artsy with this one, and I don't like that. I'm very skeptical at this point.
I mean, unless it gets good reviews or we review it, I won't see it. Although I will say the one thing I saw during the trailer that I was like, oh, that's good, is they actually look like their old cartoon selves. Bumblebee and Starscream look exactly like the original versions and not the weird Michael Bay billion parts.
So, okay, one good point and several demerit points. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Lego Movie 2, the second part. We come in pieces. Puns everywhere. I love it.
Yes.
I loved the first Lego movie. That was a fucking masterpiece. I really do believe that. Jimmy,
I didn't see it.
Jimmy's gonna check out for a little bit. We're gonna.
Jesus, Jimmy. Like, you should see this. This is a good... I didn't see the first one for the longest time because I thought the trailers were bad and it was going to be like an Angry Birds type movie until somebody sat me down and was like, no, you're watching it. And it is such a good movie. It is such a good movie. Yeah, I'm all in on this one, though. I love that the trailer started in Mad Max world.
Yep. No, it's going to be great. The Lego movies are just fun. Critically, they're actually not bad. They're not bad.
Really well received, yeah.
And popcorns, they're 6, maybe 7 popcorns.
Illegal goes to 5.
And this is this is the bag that Sheehan has at home with the extra popcorn. You put that on top of the full
some more popcorns on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Quickly, we're going to talk about How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World. Visually, it looks stunning. It looks like a good animated movie. I saw the first How to Train Your Dragon. It was enjoyable. It wasn't bad. It wasn't just for kids, but it's good.
Did you ever see the second one?
I did not. I didn't get around to that because it has to be.
One? Sorry, what were you gonna say?
It has to be on like HBO, and I'm bored on some Saturday at 4 in the afternoon. That's how I'm gonna watch this movie. That's it.
Fair. I mean that's fair. I think the second one was better than the first, and I'm excited for this one. Apparently, I was reading an AMA with the director today, and he said he only agreed to make the second one if he could make the third one and finish telling the story he wanted to tell. And this is it. It's the end of the series. He made sure they're ending the TV show too. He has one story he wants to tell. So that's always promising, I think, when they know what they wanted to say.
Sure. Do you agree, Jimmy?
Yep.
Agreed. Cool. All right. Next up is Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wreck-It Ralph 2. This one is the most internally self-aware internet movie ever. The fact that the last few minutes of the last few seconds of the trailer talk about why don't we just call it Ralph Wrecks the Internet? And well, breaking the internet's a thing, man.
but it doesn't sound as good.
No, but the most important thing is how the one scene with the girl popping into the room with all the Disney princesses and making a sham of all the princesses is inferiority complexes, and I love it. Basically saying fuck you, Disney, you make women terrible.
Except this was Disney, and also it's every but it's every surviving voice actress for the Disney princesses. So the only ones who
Snow White popping out of the corner.
Snow White.
That was great.
Snow White and two others are the only ones that had to be recast just because the voice actresses were 90 and died.
Dead. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're old movies.
Yeah.
Jimmy, your homework. Watch this movie. Watch this trailer. Find 3 minutes in a day and watch this trailer.
This is better than
it. Yeah. You might actually like the idea behind it.
Yeah, you love comic book movies now, thanks to Deadpool.
No, bullshit aside, I really do think that watching the conversation between the Disney princesses and this girl, it's productive, and I like it.
I agree.
Is it as good as? Is it on the level as Toy Story?
Yes.
Maybe I don't know.
I think that's the only animated movie I like.
You don't have to like the movie. I do want you to watch the trailer to get your opinion on that scene. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm not asking you to watch the movie.
I have exciting news whenever we get to it.
All right, we're getting there close. Okay. Mortal Engines is a dog shit movie. Do not watch the trailer.
Yeah.
London eats other cities. Figure it out.
And that's the plot. And Hugo Weaving is apparently the only one who knew he was supposed to actually act.
I lost track of what the fuck was going on. Once I found out that London was a moving, mobile city eating other cities, I was like, you know what? This isn't worth my brain cells.
Yeah, it fit every movie cliche into one trailer, so.
And there was a whole Darth Vader vibe, the dying at the end, finding your. I don't fucking know.
Fuck that. Move on.
Worthless. Operation Finale.
Great
story. Great story.
I think the trailer looked bland, but it has.
Oh, I disagree. I think it actually looked pretty intense.
Oh, I think it has a good cast and the real life story about the Jewish Avengers who hunted down Nazis.
Yeah, it's a story about Adolf Hitler's lieutenant, his chief lieutenant, who was responsible for killing all the Jews, getting away at the end of the war, and the operation to get him back and bring him to justice.
Yes,
he was the one that planned out all the train routes and the pickups and all that shit.
A legitimately a real monster.
Yeah, in real life,
Bad guy.
he convinced rabbis to put their congregations on the trains, like under no threat of guns.
Yep.
He just
No,
was
he was
convincing enough to do it.
true monster. I'm very excited to see this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see Nick Kroll in a serious role for once.
I'm not. Fuck him.
I can't. I hate Nick Kroll. I was so upset when he was in this. They put one line of his in the trailer, and he couldn't even say that without acting like a smug prick. I hate Nick Kroll.
That's the character. Like, all right, we're not going to get into it. Moving on.
Do you ever watch the movie about the biracial couple that got married a couple years ago? The Australian actor and the black woman.
Oh yeah. The world or the
Separate.
United something.
No.
Yeah.
It's a biracial couple, and they separate. The court separated them.
Oh.
No.
I was thinking like the African prince who married a white girl.
Coming to America?
No, Jesus Christ, Dave. No.
It was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Joel Edgerton. I'm gonna find it in 2 seconds. Hold on. Loving.
All right.
Loving.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
No, I did not.
Never even heard of it.
You would know if you would recognize it if you saw it. It was up for awards, not this round, but last round. Anyway, it's a very serious movie, like super serious. And Nick Kroll has 2 scenes, and he couldn't even be serious for 2 scenes in the most serious movie ever made because he's just like
an asshole.
Yeah, he's got a reputation for being an asshole.
He is. He is an asshole.
Seems like one. Yeah.
Fuck Nick.
All right. So we're running along, so I'm just gonna skip Serenity. If you want to go see that trailer, go nuts.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks like whatever. All right. Movies coming out this weekend are Hereditary, which is a fucked up movie, which I heard is more disturbing than Mother. Ocean's 8, which y'all know and love. It's fine. And Hotel Artemis, which is supposed to be, they're billing it as the most original movie made in years, which I disagree with, but I'm not going to get into it. Whatever.
My one note on that is we all said it looked like a ripoff of John Wick, so I don't get how it's original.
Very original the past 9 months, yes. But we're going to see Ocean's 8. We're all going to review that next week. Or week from
next week.
Yep.
All
Jimmy,
right,
you have something to say.
I have exciting news.
What?
Check out the cast list to this movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Timothy Olyphant, Al Pacino, Kurt Russell, Burt Reynolds, Dakota Fanning, Emil Hirsch, Luke Perry, Tim Roth, Clifton Collins Jr., who I didn't recognize that name, but I recognize his face, Zoe Bell, Damian Lewis, Michael Madsen. That's the new Quentin Tarantino movie about Sharon Tate and Manson. That's the most incredible cast I've ever read in my life.
That is it's historic cast, for sure.
I was talking to Sheehan earlier today about it. Do you think there's ever been a movie with the cast that stacked?
Like Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 13.
Yeah, like Ocean's 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
Even
still, I don't think it matches.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a hell of a movie, and I still don't like the name, but coming around on it for sure.
I'm excited for it. And Tom Cruise is still in talks for some role.
Oh, we don't need him.
Oh, he's a crazy person. He's a great actor, though.
He is. Yeah, he's short. If there's a plane scene where someone's gonna jump out of the plane or jump into the plane, cast him.
No, I had heard he was up for Manson, which he would be great as Manson.
That'd be so rude, actually. Okay, well, that's gonna wrap up this edition of Headliners. Check us out on Monday. We're releasing our review of Action Point, the Johnny Knoxville / Jackass movie. Follow us on at Six Pack Cinema on Instagram. We're actually pretty active these days. We're taking suggestions for stories to talk about and suggestions for movie reviews. So reach out to us and
All right. See you next week.
Good talking to you guys.